Caroline Sunshine, Republican strategist. Can we go back to Newsom? What happened to this man?
Oh, Trump derangement syndrome. I always knew Gavin Newsom was not going to be the guy, Jesse. He's too obsessed with another man. You can't be the man if you're obsessed with another man. It's kind of weird. And as much as people think Gavin Newsom is obsessed with himself, he's obsessed with President Trump. He makes him the center of his political universe, and he's tried to make that his brand. He really just tried to rip off President Trump's political act and act like a tough guy. But it didn't work because he's knee pads. He had to literally get on his knees and beg President Trump for money because California ran out of it under his tenure. California is the only state that has not paid back its PPP loans from the pandemic. Highest illiteracy rate in the country, highest homeless rate in the country. I mean, if you want to see what socialist policies in action look like, you really don't even have to look at Cuba or Russia. You can kind of look at California. You can just look at the job that Gavin Newsom has done in California. And what has he taken an axe to at this Golden State? You're walking around now, you got heroin needles, the cost of living is exorbitant. Is anybody moving to California? No, they're moving out. And that's all thanks to knee pads.
Yeah, he has daddy issues. I read about it in his book. And that's the book he had to buy because no one else bought it. Speaking of daddy issues, Hunter, this guy, people are asking his stepmom, Jill, the doctor, is Hunter running? I mean, this is becoming a real thing.
Well, Hunter should be in prison, not on the podcast circuit, as far as I'm concerned. But because his last name is Biden, he got a pardon from Daddy, and now he's doing the podcast circuit. I will say this about Hunter. You know, politics is a lot like show business. You got to look at it through that lens sometimes. And Hunter is pulling off one hell of a reinvention. You know, he's sort of saying, yeah, I am everything you said I am. And you know what? I was an addict. And there's going to be a segment of the population that can relate to that. So Hunter, I mean, like I said, should be in prison, but he's got a little act going. Does he have the juice to be president of the United States? Excuse my French, but hell no, Jesse.
What about Angie? What kind of juice does Angie have, our friend down in Florida?
Well, Angie's pulling a very interesting move that we see with these DSA candidates, which is that they act like they're not afraid of the label. They'll get asked, are you a communist? Yeah, I am. And so what about it? Are you a democratic socialist? Yeah, I am. And so what about it? But then what's interesting is when they get pressed on the actual policies that they believe in, defunding the police, abolishing the Senate, abolishing the Electoral College, abolishing ICE, then they pivot to what AOC tried to do this past week, which was, oh, yeah, you know, woke one was just kind of crazy. Or they do what El Sayed has tried to do, right? Which is, yeah, I said defund the police, but that's not really who I am anymore, and I'm going to delete 100 YouTube videos off of my website because I don't want the public to know who I am. So that's my question is, El Sayed, if you believe all this stuff, why hide, buddy? What do you got to hide? Why take the 100 videos down? You know? But you cannot let these people get any wiggle room. When AOC says, oh, woke one was crazy. I know, defund the police. We said some crazy stuff. Yeah, you guys are crazy. You're the crazy ones. You said that crazy stuff, and you still believe it, and we're not going to let you forget it.
Are they going to get away with that? I mean, it's all on tape.
Not on my watch, but when you have a liberal media that erases the truth on a daily basis. I mean, how much accountability have we seen from the liberal media for the lies that they carried for the Biden administration or the lies that they told about COVID? Like, every Republican knows when they run for office, they're not just running against Democrats, they're running against the liberal media apparatus. And the liberal media is going to do their bidding for them. They're going to help them whitewash these positions. But you have to, in the age of social media now where these clips live forever, I really think it's on the Republican Party. Stay tough, hold the line, hold these people account to their positions, especially in a place like Michigan. You know, you've got Muslim Americans who voted for President Trump in 2024, they might be up for grabs, you know, when it comes to al-Said. But these people are social conservatives, too. And they don't want to defund the police. And these people should not be allowed to hide from positions like that. This is who they are. Go ahead, guys. Be proud of it. You're a communist. You're a democratic socialist. All right. You own all of it, 24/7, every day of the week.
Caroline's not going to let them get away with it. That's for sure. Thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.